Notice, this Midweek Mini was recorded several months ago and may not be up to date with current events. For fresh mini-sode uploads with every episode, head to patreon.com/ChilluminatiPod.
Everybody, welcome back to Minisodes and Patreon.
Trader Joe's fans, you know what's up.
Yeah.
Some Bombas just now.
For some reason, Peanut Butter Fingies is in my head to the song lyrics of Watermelon Sugar. Now it's like Peanut Butter Fingies. It's in there and I can't get it out.
Peanut Butter Fingies, yum.
Peanut Butter Fingies.
Yum.
Dude, I want some more. Look, Bombas are a really good snack. It's almost a mystery how good they are.
How dare you?
Right? Am I right? I got another reader story for you guys, as I've been doing. I've been having a good time reading these, and it's low pressure when it's just one each time. So I got one here for you from Captain R, who is sharing a story from
Captain
their childhood.
Crunch.
My wife and I recently started the podcast after coming to it via Cox and Crendon.
Hey, bing bong.
So there you go.
Bing bong.
After hearing a bunch of listener stories, I realized I had one of my own, so I'm here to share. This story comes with a pile of caveats. I heard it on a Cub Scouts camping trip, so I was rather young and it was many years ago. While the person telling it wasn't an obvious fabulist, my credulous kid brain could have easily missed signals that he was just making it up. So I present the following for you to take it as it is. I'll call the main person John to protect his identity, and because I've long since forgotten his actual name, which could be John for all I know, ironically.
You just outed John. John is going to be like,
Damn.
what?
All the Johns in the military, like, God damn it, my cover's blown. John was in the military, I believe, either the National Guard or Army Reserve. He was doing a routine training deployment in the Pacific Northwest, and this included leading a nighttime patrol exercise. He and his squad geared up and trooped out into the dark of the forest for a presumably boring time, trying to stay dry and awake. After walking deep into the woods, John noticed a light source off in one direction. He directed his squad towards it, and they practiced their reconnaissance skills as they moved to investigate. Not long after, they reached the fence at the edge of the base property and hunkered down in the trees and brush to observe the scene in the adjoining land. The light they had seen was a bonfire in the middle of a cleared field. In the firelight, John and his squad saw that it was surrounded by a scattering of odd items such as long sticks stuck into the ground and animal skulls. They also saw a handful of people standing by the fire, mostly idle and apparently oblivious to the soldiers, all except for one figure. One person was roving around the field, not in a pattern, but also not aimlessly. It clearly had a human silhouette, but often went down on all fours to run. And when it stood upright, the figure appeared to be sniffing the air, trying to catch a scent. Everything about it screamed canine to John. There was no indication that the squad's location was compromised, so John and the other soldiers stayed in cover. However, the moving figure continued to sniff the air, and increasingly, it would do so while on the side of the bonfire closest to the squad. After a short time that felt like an eternity, John gave the signal to withdraw, and the squad pulled back from the fence, everyone feeling a renewed sense of importance for their recon skills. This story doesn't end with a firefight or a kidnapping by a satanic cult or a dramatic chase scene. John returned the squad to its planned route and finished the patrol. There wasn't a big investigation. It was outside base property with nothing clearly illegal happening, but it was more than unsettling enough to make a deep impression on a handful of soldiers who were just trying to get through the night. There you go.
Interesting.
Pretty good, pretty evocative story. Weird one.
Mm-hmm.
One comment on this from somebody who just said, okay. But I think, honestly, this is a sweet story.
It's a good story, yeah.
I respect it for not having a cinematic ending and for them kind of like diffusing at the beginning any sort of weirdness with, sort of it being hearsay already. I believe that this person who wrote this is repeating pretty accurately the story that they heard from somebody else.
Sure.
It's a pretty fun one.
Super interesting.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Where did it say where it was? Hold on. Pacific Northwest. So like Oregon, Washington zone. Is there any sort of cult up there that does animal stuff like that?
I mean, there'd also just be weird people, dude. That's just a thing.
That's exactly correct.
Yeah, it just could be like some peeps having like a fun time out there with some mushrooms. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
That's what they're for. My fun times. Jesse, what do you have for us this week?
Well, we're going down a rabbit hole today. So, there has been a very bizarre is the best way to put this. I'm about to send you a ton of links, so let's be sure to save those for any notes. But essentially, this YouTube channel, Project Fear, went to Area 51. They were like, we're gonna go to Area 51 and film some stuff at night. Just internet stuff. But in this video, I'm gonna send to you, at 48:55 ish. If you press play, you will see, and you can there's text on the screen, so you can turn down the volume, but you can see that they spot something, and they're like, "Oh, dude, turn the cameras on. What is that?" And they start to film what appears to be a plane. But at first, it kind of looks like an orb, which is why they're very obsessed with it. Like, what is that? So they keep zooming in and zooming in. They're like, "Oh, that's weird, dude. What is that?" But it clearly has like a contrail thing. There's like something going on.
You can see some sort of trail behind it, which means it's probably some sort of heat being generated off of it.
Right. And so they're like, "This is so strange. What is this thing?" Anyway, they get this image, and I'll make it easier instead of having to look at the
sonic booms at one point.
Yeah.
Which is
so this is the image that they are releasing everywhere. It's like, this is what we saw.
Oh, interesting.
Which, I mean, it just looks like a plane, right?
Yeah, it looks like a plane.
Which is
it's also in the thumb.
Perfectly fine. I mean, like it is a plane, all right. And I think that's interesting because and we keep talking about like drones and UFOs or UAPs or whatever, and how a lot of the talk is these are future tech stuff that we're working with, right? And Area 51, for all intents and purposes, is where they test. They're supposed to be testing future planes. Well, anyway, a lot of speculation on the internet came out about how this might be the silhouette of the up and coming future 6th generation fighter, the F-47. However,
gotcha.
And there's no, I tried looking it up. There's nothing online of what it actually looks like. It's just not there. However, what's super interesting is in this video by Afterburn Defense, which is, it looks like he has got all the fighter pilot stuff going on in his life.
Afterburn.
If you click this video and you go to 7 minutes, 40 seconds, he's showing the brand new Chinese J-20. And tell me that don't look like the silhouette of the thing they captured.
That looks exactly like the silhouette they captured.
Which brings up all sorts of questions of why over Area 51 is a Chinese J-20 Mighty Dragon.
That wouldn't, why indeed? But also damn, dude, how far are we falling?
unless
we rented out the space.
Well, no, I mean, we'll see what the fucking F-47 looks like. Maybe there's something about that shape that's
true.
Planes are going to be that.
But
shape.
The F-47 is also supposed to be a stealth fighter too. So that's, I have no clue.
It's not 100, right? It's not exactly the same shape, but it's very close. So maybe it's just another plane that looks a lot like.
I have no clue. It's crazy to me the amount of people are like, yeah, no, this could be the next great fighter, but taking that step, right? It's still, for all intents and purposes, a plane. It's not a UFO. It's not some hovercraft thing. It isn't the secret the UAPs you're saying, that's us. If anything, it cements even more in my mind. It simply can't be. If China's next great thing is the J-20, and that just is a jet. And America's next great thing, like that says a lot about the stuff that we've been tracking, because it ain't that.
Yeah, we're tracking like anti-gravity technology
Yeah,
of some kind.
this is sixth generation. This is like the next big thing. They're talking about how they wouldn't show off the F-47 or whatever that is until 2028.
Right.
So this is a whole weird ass thing that these guys just happen to get on film.
What does the F-22 look like? Isn't that
The
also
Raptor
kind of
it doesn't have, it's a little more streamlined. It's think the wings are kind of like connected to the frontish. It doesn't have multiple wing sets like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Ace Combat, for letting me know what planes look like. Yeah. I love the Raptor. It's one of my favorite planes to use in those games. So like I know exactly what it looks like, and it ain't this.
Yeah, it's similar, but it doesn't have that second set of triangles.
Yeah, it's just so bizarre that the fact that the J20's out there on social media, like this is a social media post that literally this guy's just talking about it. He calls it beast mode. And this is from September 28th, 2025.
Beast mode.
But look at this image. It's almost exactly like what those dudes took.
This one looks a lot like it.
Yeah, very
Not
much like
sure
it.
if this J20 in beast mode was already posted in beast mode, dude.
Yeah. Well, I think the in beast mode is the fact that it has as many missiles as an Ace Combat game. Like a ludicrous amount of ordnance.
What do they call that when you have like stuff that you can like store? When you have like too many bullets for like how many you could actually carry, they say that you keep the bullets that it's like the bag of holding from D&D, but it's like, I forget what it's called, but there's a term for it.
I mean, like
means that when you have like 75 missiles, like they're not all on the plane, right? So they're somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, even
I wonder what it is.
this guy right
Dimensional
here posted another image, and it's a video of the plane, and it again kind of same vibe.
This is the J20.
Yeah,
It really does look kind of like it.
which is
it does.
I mean,
It's-
even from a far distance like that, it really does.
which is why it's very strange that they captured something like that over Area 51. Don't know what any of that means. Couldn't even begin to tell
this is
you.
all in this is from September of last year too.
Yeah.
This is all going to be in the show notes, by the way.
I would wager that either A, they really did capture it, or B, they captured Jack and then like put this thing together as like yes, we caught this secret plane.
Look what we have.
Yeah, and they just
China.
used one that is widely available. Like I don't know.
Really interesting.
But it is
really
crazy they managed to get, if you watch their video, they got 3 different types of cameras all focused on this one thing. They like actually did some like really good camera work on this, which is crazy, but
that zoom in was actually crazy.
yeah.
Like just how far out, how like big that picture is.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even think about how much data that is. Anyway, that was fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
What you got?
Well, mine's less sensational than that. Scientists have just been questioning whether bees are conscious or not.
Bees?
Bees, and in turn, ChatGPT, but mostly bees.
Interesting.
What's
They've been
what's
studying
the
this-
prevailing knowledge?
Well, they've been studying this for years. It's been a debate apparently for a while. This is coming from Science Daily right now. But they've, in part, they've been debating for a long time because conscious beings might matter, like morally, they say, in a way that unconscious things don't. And they say expanding the sphere of consciousness means expanding our ethical horizons. Even if we can't be sure something is conscious, we might err on the side of caution by assuming it is what they say philosopher Jonathan Birch calls precautionary principle for sentience. And that's why they've been studying this stuff from ChatGPT down to bees, I guess. In parallel with this, they said the incredible rise of large language models such as ChatGPT has raised the serious possibility that machines may be conscious. They said 5 years ago, a seemingly ironclad test for whether something was conscious was to see if you could have a conversation with it. But now, because of LLMs and the way they work, that's no longer, it's a Turing test. It's no longer a test that you can reliably use because any AI would pass that nowadays with flying colors.
Sure.
So by those standards, they say we would be surrounded by conscious machines. But many have gone so far just to apply the precautionary principle here too. It's saying the burgeoning field of AI welfare is devoted to figuring out if and when we must care about machines. But all of these arguments depend in large part on surface level behavior, but that behavior can be deceptive. What matters for consciousness is not what you do, but how you do it. So when they look at the machinery of AI, they say there's like, we'll go through this quick, a new paper in Trends in Cognitive Sciences that looks at one of the co-authored papers on this thing. It draws on the cognitive science tradition to identify a plausible list of indicators of consciousness based on the structure of information processing. Well, this means one can draw up a useful list of indicators of consciousness without having to agree on which of the current cognitive theories of consciousness is correct. Some indicators are shared by many theories. Most indicators are only required by one theory, but indicative in others. And importantly, the useful indicators are all structural. They all have to do with how brains and computers process and combine information. And the verdict, when they tested all this stuff, is that no existing AI system, including ChatGPT, is conscious according to their measurements. The appearance of conscious is in large language models is there, but just because something can behave as though it is conscious does not mean it is conscious. But they also use the same thing for how brains work and stuff in insects. In a new paper in Philosophical Transactions B, no idea what that is, they propose a neural model for minimal consciousness in insects. This is a model that abstracts away from anatomical detail to focus on the core computations done by simple brains. And their key insight is to identify the kind of computation our brains perform that gives rise to experience. So this computation basically aims to solve ancient problems for our evolutionary history that arise from having a mobile, complex body with many senses and conflicting needs. And importantly, they don't identify the computation itself. There's science yet to be done, but that's how they're looking at it in insects. And they said for animals, the question is often how to interpret whether ambiguous behavior, like a crab tending to its wounds, they use as an example, indicates consciousness. For computers, we have to decide whether apparently unambiguous behavior is a true indicator of consciousness or a mere role play. But as the fields in neuroscience expand, they have to look at bugs differently is what it comes down to. And there's like a bunch of paperwork involved in it. But I think one of the things we talked about.
Honestly, that tracks for bugs, bro, in my experience.
Yeah.
They don't work like us.
Have you ever seen that? I don't know if it's multiple videos or if it's just one video that keeps resurfacing over and over again. But that one where this dude is stung by a bee, but the bee's still in him. And the bee realizes it's still in him and then sort of like unwinds itself from the guy's skin so that it doesn't kill itself. And like, I have to imagine the bee understands what happens if it yanks itself away from the skin. Its ass would rip off and it would die. So I have to imagine the bee understands the concept of like, oh, I don't want this. Like, I don't know.
I mean,
well, it just keeps coming. It boils down to the question of like, what is consciousness and what, like at what point do we draw the line? Like there was a study done years ago about jumping spiders that seem to appear to dream when they sleep and they twitch and all this stuff. And it's like, well, what does that mean? Like at what point, where's the line at consciousness? Clearly they're not as conscious as a human being. They're not reasoning and all this other stuff. But like, if there is experience that is being internalized in some way, even if it's in a simple way, then that would indicate consciousness, right? Because that's one of the things that AI does not have. Experience. It cannot experience like anything beyond the prompt and the response to the prompt.
I feel like there's like a leap that people make that's like, we go, okay, let's talk about whether or not, like, let's say our AI LLMs conscious. It's like, no. Okay, but what is consciousness? And we're like,
exactly.
Still definitely not LLMs, but
it raises a fun. It's an intriguing question on its own.
But I think that going from saying are LLMs conscious, no, to being like, let's talk about the nature of consciousness, I think sometimes kind of legitimizes the idea that maybe if you think about it differently, LLMs are conscious. And I just, for whatever reason, we always make that link, not like us, the Chilluminati, but the royal us. That connection like that just seems to thoughtlessly be made a lot. And I want to say that it's very reasonable to think that consciousness is a big new field of like study that with a lot of like new things that are going to define it in the coming years.
Yeah.
But I still don't think that Claude or ChatGPT or any of these guys are.
They can do a really good job at simulating it and pretending for a while, but even then they eventually kind of break down.
Yeah.
I think people are willing to make that jump because A, these things are super good at role-playing consciousness, and B,
It does seem like they are. Yes.
and media has primed us for AI. Like, I don't want to like blame media, but like, you know, it's not like, I'm not trying to blame it, but like pop culture, ever from growing up and on, like we are expecting AI to act a certain way. And if something even pretends to act that way, we're ready to make that jump. We're primed.
People just go, oh, like Jarvis. Got it. Perfect.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
just like
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. They think it's like, it's actually so much more useless than Jarvis ever was. Like Jarvis's incredible genius magic tech.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. These things, Claude or whatever you use, is like, you have to double check their work if you're going to use them because they are often wrong.
Is there like a website for this? Can I like read about this more?
Yeah, I can give you the article, the Science Daily article.
Yeah, I am like fascinated by this
I have to
because I like the idea of some other things that seem alive being retro, like retconned to not be conscious, because I think it makes it easier for us to look at computers and go, you know, maybe someday there's a room for them to become conscious, but it's not this. This is just a really clever talking simulator.
Yeah, like, I mean, that's the thing with AI, right? There's no continued perceived experience for an AI. When they are done responding to the prompt, they essentially shut down. They're not there. There's no, and when you re-prompt it, even within the same chat, it is technically,
they said,
yeah, they have to like, exactly. They have to like recheck everything because it's new every time. Like, it's not, I mean, I think we're budding on the first steps of what maybe could be eventually in like 20 years, potentially AI with consciousness, but we're not creating anything remotely close to consciousness right now.
We'll see about these fucking computers, man. We'll see about these fucking new computers. I don't even want to think about it, actually. The Microsoft quantum processor.
That's where my brain always goes, is like when we have a functional quantum computer operating and it's able to operate and do things where there are like more computations that are atoms in our known universe. Like,
you think it would be like a cool gaming system though?
No, I bet you'd be fucking sick. But I feel like
no on data centers, you guys. Just listen to me. Just listen to me now.
Please, God, we don't need. It's gonna be bad.
If you're thirsty now, vote no on data centers.
Yeah, if you're thirsty, it's only gonna get worse. I can't. That scares me. Quantum computing and AI linking up. That scares me. Yeah, I don't know what that could be. Fucking wild. I don't know. We're in for a weird few years of everybody. Like, we really, really are. Like, AI bubble's going to pop, but it's not going to disappear. It's just going to collapse into like 2 to 3 companies, and then everybody else will be wiped out.
Sounds right.
Yeah, but I also think it's not going to be like forcefully injected into everything we know about the way that it is right now, because we are all eventually going to agree that it's not ready for prime time yet.
I keep saying that, but Google switched over their main site to like pure AI now. A new Siri is going to be AI now. Like, that's coming with the next iOS update and shit. It's like they shoehorned it everywhere. It's like my Google email keeps being like, you want to integrate?
No.
I don't.
I really don't. I really don't. It really makes you worse at your job, but whatever. I'll just continue.
People don't want to read. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know why. Why do you want to offload thinking? I don't fucking get it. Like,
yeah, well,
it's like my greatest joy is to sit down and like contemplate things while I'm reading. Like, putting the Boston Strangler, for instance. Like, you think like that whole conspiracy shit like that? Reading the book and like taking that in as you're putting the like that's.
But
why do you want to skip
the
that?
Pirate Assassin's Creed, and it's a big game. I need time.
Yeah, I need time. Yeah, I'm sorry you have to go.
Assassin's Creed Remastered Black Flag.
So got to offload my thinking to fucking AI.
I'm late.
Anyway,
I got too much good, cool shit to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's like my life is too filled with great things to go do. So, Chappy Baby, can you tell me exactly what I'm supposed to do right now, please?
Chap Princess, if you could tell me.
Princess,
if you could tell me how to talk to this lady right here.
Can you tell me where the cheat code is, Chap Princess? Can you put on God mode for me? Video game, Xbox game, Xbox Invincible, Xbox God mode, Xbox God mode on.
God mode on, put it please, Princess. Can you just put God mode on? Oh, thank you very much.
Xbox Naked Marcus Phoenix.
Chappy Baby, Big Naturals mod on Marcus Phoenix. Thank you.
Computer Nutane. all right.
I hate everything happening
Get
right
me
now.
out of here. Get me out of here.
The Numbler. All right, we're out of here. Thank you all so much.
That's
it.
Doing this whole show for.
Thank you all so much for listening. We'll be back next week with another mini-sode. We appreciate you. We love you. Goodbye.
Bye.